Hello, everybody. Good morning and welcome to Live at the Waterhole, where first up we are at Tembe. This is the Africam Tembe, which is on a 300-kilometer square reserve located in the Republic of South Africa between KwaZulu-Natal and Mozambique. And it's also the ancestral home of the Tembe tribe, who co-manage the park. My name is Ralph Kirsten, and as per usual, we always wonder what we're going to see coming down to the waterholes. And first up here at Tembe, lovely to see a couple of male lions. Now, I do think that these are the November males that arrived in November 2022, a coalition, and that's obviously why they were called that. Now, don't forget that this is a live and interactive experience, so we'd love for you to jump on board with us and send us through your questions and your comments. You can do that by going on the WildEarth website and registering. What does the day hold in store for us? Yesterday, it was an elephantastic day. We had about 10 big bull elephants at Old Donyo. We also had elephants at Naledi Dam in the Greater Kruger National Park of the Olifants West Reserve. And I'm trying to remember where else. Also at Jamala in Madikwe Game Reserve, which was in the Northwest Province. So today, starting out with some lions, and it does seem to be a little bit overcast there, and so maybe if we're lucky, they might be a bit active. Lying. This one's doing a bit of grooming, and at least they've got their heads up. And this is a big indication that it's not hot at all, as we saw with the weather forecast. Oh, and we've got some action. Is it just going to be a stretch? Maybe you'll go for a drink. Now, this is what you always wait for with predators. Lovely to see them drinking. It's fantastic for photography, although the light now is not great. It's a little bit gray, and there's not really many contrasts, but still lovely to see this big old boy having a drink. It is for me now the second mammal predator that we've had on the dam cameras. The first one was wild dogs that we had, I think it was in the Greater Kruger, Naledi Dam or somewhere there. And we just missed them at Jamala. They were present just before the show started, but now this being the second. So I always do hope for predators, but generally the time that we're on the show, 9:30 to 12:30, it's not conducive to a lot of predator activity. But you never know when we're going to get lucky. And well, today is one of those days. So, Mick, I would love it if they gave us a roar. That would be fantastic. You'll have to listen up, Mick. It just takes for one to start, and then they'll both get going. Holding thumbs. This one that's just been for a drink, look how fat his belly is. They've definitely been feeding. I haven't noticed any blood around their faces, but the swelling of that belly there is definitely an indication that they've fed maybe last night, but very recently. Can you see that bird next to the water? I think we'll just try and get in a little bit closer. There we go. Right. Now, birding quiz. Folks, what bird is this? It is a lovely individual as well. So, quite indicative of this bird, you can see that yellow around on the inside of the eye, and then it's got a white bill with a black tip to it, very black coloration on the back, and then white on the front with black splotches. We can't see his feet just yet, but that'll also give a good indication. Right, so Kenneth, you saying hawk eagle. I'm assuming you would be saying the African hawk eagle. Yes, also a very good answer. Now, these two are quite similar to each other in coloration, but quite different in size when we say the martial eagle versus the African hawk eagle. Which one is it? I was almost going to say hip hip hooray. You saying that he's just chilling out in the pond. It seems exactly that. Hip hippo. I'm waiting for its partner. But it's interesting that the waterhole's gone so quiet because I think this is probably the quietest period that I've witnessed here at Oldonio. There's normally so many animals, and yesterday it was really just commandeered by all those big bull elephants having their day at the races or whatever it was. They were having a meeting or a vergadering, a vereniging. It was just so interesting. And today, the contrast, it's nice and quiet. You never know what you're going to get. So Debbie, with the feathers sort of fluffed out in front there, I think this bird is soaking its feathers a little bit. It might just be taking a respite as well. Maybe it's a bit tired. It's not respiring excessively, so I don't know about that. But maybe it's just catching a bit of a cool off. Its feet are maybe in the water, so that's a big part of the exposed flesh on the skin there. It's obviously got scales on its feet, but it would help in cooling off. And so maybe it's had quite an energetic morning, and now it's just taking time to chill out. So right on the border of, it's in South Africa, but right on the border of Botswana, and quite a different landscape that we have here. This is semi-arid, and there's not a cloud in the sky. It's a lot drier that you would have there in Kenya, and you can see the animals. You will see them eating a lot of the dirt around this waterhole. It's down to the mineral salts that have remained here with evaporation. And at this time of the year, it's very dry. There's not too much in nutrition value in the vegetation. So the animals do like to supplement a bit, and we see them feeding on the dirt here quite a lot. Yesterday there was a lovely big breeding herd of elephants that were here, so it was lovely to watch. So slowly heading into the last little bit of the show. What was the most exciting or enjoyable part of the show for you? Well, for me, I did enjoy that African hawk eagle, as well as the discussion around the quagga. So those two were the most enjoyable for me, anyway. And that being said, don't forget that later on today, 2:30 to be precise, there will be the sunset safari. And then tomorrow morning from 6:30, there will be the sunrise safari. And then I'll be here again at 9:30 to 12:30 at live at the Waterhole. So we hope to have you back, and we hope that you've enjoyed today's show. Although it's gone a little bit quiet now, that is the ways of the wild. When it gets very hot, it does mean there will be less activity. We always do, however, hope that it's going to drive the animals to come down and drink, and that's what we've seen. And well, today no elephants, but we had the lions, which was fantastic, and that's the first time for me as well on live at the waterhole. So you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. So we hope to see you back here once again tomorrow.